Hello everyone and welcome back to Mentos Plays The Binding of Isaac Rebirth, episode 14. I know I mentioned in the last video I did that I would probably be, showing off some other games, and that is still the plan. But at the moment I also want to show off some Rebirth mods. Today is just a regular run, no mods included. But going forward I would like to put on a variety of the mods that have come out for this game, and show off what they've got going for them. The modding community in Isaac right now is not very thorough. The game is very hard to actually mod in a significant way. And in that I mean adding new characters, adding new enemies, adding new items. That kind of stuff is all kind of well outside the reach of what is possible just yet. People are working on it, but it's not quite there yet. So most of what you're going to get are room edits, item pool edits, characters being edited into slightly different characters, all that kind of stuff, in terms of their starting items and everything. So for the most part, the mods are, relatively simple, but there is still some cool stuff. One of the ones I plan on showing off involves essentially you get double items and everything, you have to fight double bosses in every room. You usually end up more overpowered than the bosses warrant, but it's still fun. We're going to do a random run here, actually. Cain. Cain is probably not my favorite character. In fact, I will guarantee he's not my favorite character. But we'll make it work. But yeah, so I mean, most of the mods that are out just yet are more so along the lines of, slight variations on what you have already. Different rooms, room layouts, and everything like that. But for the most part, that is about the extent of them for the moment. But there is still some cool stuff that's being done that I would like to show off. There are also some more notable mods that I will also try to show off at some point. But as a whole, I thought it would just be a way to keep the gameplay fresh on a game that I am still very much borderline obsessed with, and have at the same time the chance to do something that not very many people are doing right now. And I think that's a good combination, all things considered. We're gonna hope for a bomb so we can get that tinted rock. We also need to find our item room. We've got no G6 or anything to worry about, so no use rushing off to the boss room right away. That seems kind of silly. And we are going to, yes, our item room is right down here, along with a little tentacle. Love the tentacle. Mom's wig, you feel itchy. Unfortunately, this is going to take a very long time, most likely to spawn these spiders for us, so that's unfortunate. But it will help us a little bit as time goes on, especially if we can get something chargeable like Brimstone, Monstrous Lung. It might work with Chocolate Milk, I'm not sure, where it just kind of instantly decides to spawn all the spiders it can. I like the little staircase layout we got going on here. We still don't have a bomb though, so no tinted rock and no chests for us. And let's go see what we got in here. Dingle, easy boss. If I take any damage against Dingle, I will be kind of disappointed in myself, to be honest. Dingle is just a fight of patience for the most part, especially when he's doing this kind of a cycle where he is not really charging at you. Oh. Of course, now you charge. His charges are very easy to avoid, and they open him up for some very consistent damage when he's done with them. We are taking as much advantage of as possible. So one hit is more than I would like to take on a Dingle fight, but it's not bad. It's not terrible. We can live with it. It was the first floor as well, so it's not going to affect deal with the devil chances or anything. Cellar 2, if I had to guess, means that we are going to be fighting our good friend the Haunt. The Haunt gets a lot of hate for being super difficult. I've never found him super difficult. He is probably the most difficult boss on the introductory floors here, but he is not all that difficult in his own right. Little Chub. Not bad. He will help us to deal some extra damage at various points in fights. Especially against stationary targets, some bosses are going to be more susceptible to him than others. But as a whole, he's not a great item. He is actually, I would say, worse than he was in Vanilla in Rebirth. He seems to do Or I should say, at least seems to do less damage. He might do the same, but he definitely seems like a less big pickup on the early floors than he was in Vanilla / Wrath of the Lamb. But he did just let me one-shot those guys, so that's pretty nice of him. Nice job, Spider. Bravo, my friend, bravo. Flatworm we might as well pick up. It's not a great item, but it's not a bad one. This gives us small rock. I'm quite happy with that. Any kind of damage up is always more than welcome. Let's wipe these guys off the face of this room. Yeah, let's go fight our boss first. We will probably be going to our curse room after this boss fight and ensuing deal with the devil. Breakfast for a little bit of extra HP. Gimpy and Demon Baby. No thank you. Which means that we very much have a chance for deals with the Angel, which is not a bad thing. I know certain people are very much averse to ever taking deals with the Angel. They will do whatever it takes to keep deals with the Devil. I find the two about equal in general. You know, there are only a couple of game-changing items in deals with the Devil. You're talking about Brimstone, Mom's Knife, to some extent Abaddon. These are all the kind of items that vastly change the gameplay. Of course, if you get 3 Guppy items, which you can get from elsewhere, but they're very common to get in the deal with the Devil, you get the most powerful transformation of the 2 in the game. But, that being said, the deal with the Angel has Sacred Heart, has Godhead, as well as it's got just a variety of more defensive items, I guess is the best way to put it. Where the deals with the Devil are very much focused on offense, the deals with the Angel are more so focused on defense. And that's not a terrible thing. It does have some terrible items, but so does the deal with the Devil. So does the deal with the Devil. Although we took damage on this floor, so our already lower chance from having a deal with the Devil on the last floor is lowered even further. And that's not so great. We also only got Celtic Cross from our item room, which is not exactly what I was hoping for. I would like to have something that helps us out a little bit more than that. Occasional unpredictable invincibility is not exactly my idea of a great item to pick up. You know, since our range is so low, let's just stay out of these guys' range and use a little Chubby to our best attempts to get our damage in. Excellent. Walk down to that little corridor, another bomb, we can get a free bomb. A little bit of health back as well, which is a plus, because we were in a little bit of a harrowing position there. Let's kill some of these dudes. Okay, here we go. Freed heads. I have hated you since you made your appearance in Wrath of the Lamb, and I still continue to hate you even today. Double spitting flies, not a big problem. So I mean, we're doing pretty decent damage. Kane starts, I believe, with a 1.2 damage modifier. So small rock is a little bit better for him than it is on, say, Isaac. Not by a huge margin, but a little bit. See what's in our shop. Soul Converter, not useful to us. And that's about all. So we're going to ignore that shop unless we get a D6 on this floor, which is unlikely. And even then we might prefer to use it elsewhere. Thanks for the key I can't get to. Now we haven't been to our item room yet, but let's go ahead and fight our boss. The Hollow, this is going to be a very easy boss fight. You know, oddly enough, Larry Jr. is one of the bosses that I probably take the most inane damage to on the basement. Oh, magic mushroom. Perfect. It's an even better damage multiplier. And it's also, you know, all stats up. So, I like it. But yeah, where was I? Larry Jr. on the basement, for some reason, I tend to take damage to him. I have no reason to be taking. Like, for some reason, he gives me more trouble than any other boss on the early floors in terms of consistently avoiding taking any damage. But the Hollow, I have no problem with, even though he moves in a objectively less predictable pattern. Oh yeah, one-shotting these guys is nice, and we get 2 chests for the price of a bomb. That is absolutely worth it. A couple of keys and some money. If there were anything better than the Soul Converter, I would be happy about that, but again, that's not an item I'm at all capable of using right now. But even if I was, I wouldn't be particularly interested in it. Aye. That was really stupid of me. We got a pill drop from one of the mushrooms they blew up. What does it do? Bad gas. Bad gas. Okay, can't get to that. First room, sure, why not? 4 blue fires, 0 blue fires, and 2 spirit hearts. That's good for next floor. That's going to increase our odds of getting a deal with the devil or angel quite drastically. Now we just need to find out where our item room is. To the left? No. Did I already go to our item room? I did. What did I get here? Yeah, this is the floor that I got Celtic Cross. Duh. On that note, however, we will use 2 bombs, and we're going to come over here and play this beggar. See if he's willing to offer me anything good. I'll just kind of stand here to pay him automatically. 1 key. And an HP upgrade for, what, 8 cents? I'll take it. I will gladly take that. So down we go to the next floor, where we will hopefully be getting something a little bit better. You know, the magic mushroom is a phenomenal item, don't get me wrong. Small rock is pretty good. But we haven't got any kind of like run-defining item yet. We don't know what this run is going to be yet. For all we know, next floor we have an XL floor, or the depths one gives an XL depths, and we end up with a Libra and soy milk both on the same floor, and we cry tears of joy. But a lot can happen between then and now. Yeah, eat it. Eat it. I'm glad to have our map back, I won't lie about that one. And come on, Mr. Host. Paralysis. Paralysis, not all that much of a threat. Our spiders are doing good damage when they spawn. I'm happy with that. Oh. There goes part of the spirit hearts we had banked. I believe he had 1.5 when he entered this floor. So now we're down to 1. Magic Fingers we don't really have the money to afford playing with right now, but it's interesting to have. We're going to buy another Spirit Heart actually. Of all the stuff in here, that's what we're going to buy. That puts us at 2 Spirit Hearts. We're going to keep track of that because we would like to know when we're in danger of having to deal with the Angel/Devil loss. This arcade I'm very much interested in putting my Temperance card down in and playing around with, despite the fact it's a little bit extra risky when we have Curse of the Unknown. Broken remote. I could use that to freely teleport for a penny at a time, but I don't really know how I feel about that whole thing. Yeah, Larry, eat it. You may be close to max HP by now. Oh, Chad, I'm so sorry. You know what, just for you, you're gonna get a little bit of Magic Fingers action. I'm doing decent damage, that's not so bad. We do get a deal with the devil. And we're fighting Krampus. Oh joy. Although if he drops Krampus' head, I'll be happy. You could just drop your head when you die, good sir. Lump of coal, not bad. I mean, it is objectively an upgrade, so I'm not going to complain. But given our spacebar item situation right now, I would have much preferred to get that spacebar item. Let's go explore a little bit. We are going to stop by the arcade and play a bunch of Blood Bank goodness. Because what we can do is come over here and be like, boom, and then 3, 4, that's 2 full hearts. 3 full hearts. Four full hearts, I think, is about as far as I'm willing to take that. I should pick up the IV bag so that it hopefully doesn't spawn anymore. Do we want to find anything else? Maybe. We might as well look around. There's not really much harm in it. I highly doubt we're going to die. We got some pretty decent damage going on. You know, nothing extraordinary, but decent. And we've got, you know, we're still relatively early in the game. Ouch. Thank you, little Chad. Ouchie. I don't really want a whole lot of red chests, to be honest with you. And another half red heart. Ace of Spades will take over our flat worm. So we know we have more than one red heart. Ouchie. We know this because we can't get into that boss challenge room. I'm okay with that. I am curious how much health we actually do have, but we'll figure that out soon enough. We're going to be going down to the depths here soon, and hopefully without Curse of the Unknown again, because it's not a problem when you get Curse of the Unknown once. It very rarely impacts you when you get Curse of the Unknown once. But when you start to get it several times in a row, it gets very difficult to know how close you are to death. We have exactly 2.5 red hearts left, no spirit hearts. That's a little bit worse than I expected, actually. But we can build that up with little Chad, who might actually come in handy for once. And hopefully come across to getting some good stuff here in the near future, in terms of some defense for our red hearts, so we have our deal with the devil chances at maximum. Either way, just getting to a point of survivability is probably the most important thing right now. We do have enough money to go to the shop, which also means I can kind of be more willing to use Magic Fingers up until that point, up until the point of 15 cents. Of course, if we had like starter deck blank card in the shop, I would want 30 cents, and I would feel silly for using Magic Fingers. But I actually feel like outside of challenge runs that you can't buy your tiers, Magic Finger's predominant purpose is to kind of help you with health up, sure, is to kind of help you in the late stages of the game. You know, when you get down to the womb, the cathedral, shoal, chest, dark room, etc., when you get down to those rooms, you're in a position where you are probably not going to have anything to spend money on. We did take some red heart damage, that's unfortunate. Shelter cost, took a while, time lasted long, but whatever, we probably lost our chance for a deal with the devil on this floor. More red heart damage, great. Let's see, you know what, I think getting Hive Mind would be a good idea. I don't want the pill baggie. Range down. Well, screw you too. I don't want the pill baggie because I think that tarot cards are in general more valuable than pills, and would rather keep the ability to get tarot cards than have extra pill room. This is Necropolis 1, so we can go ahead and fight our boss right now. The adversary is kind of a dick, but he's not that bad, all things considered. The hardest part about him is learning to dodge his brimstone. Once you've got that down, he doesn't really have much that can hurt you all that effectively. And to dodge his brimstone, you pretty much just need to keep moving when he's about to fire it. It does have a relatively long wind-up time, so you can, you know, stay still for a while. And that'll do it. Matchbook gives us a black heart. It also gives us 3 bombs, which we are going to pretty much immediately blow on these fires here in search of more spirit hearts. We got 1. Out of 4 bombs on 4 blue fires, we got 1 spirit heart. Great. Great. Not much I can do over here. Those keys would be nice to grab, but they're kind of difficult to access as they are. Let's see what this item room has for us. The Hourglass. I would rather have magic fingers right now, thank you very much. You're going to use 2 keys to open this golden chest. I mean, it could be fate. Could also be a couple of bombs in the tarot card, but, you know. We might as well go finish off the floor a little bit. Oh, now I get a golden key. Now I get it. Thanks, game. I appreciate it. That was really stupid. For some reason, I thought I had the Callus, not the Ace of Spades. You haven't even seen the Callus on this run. Yet for some reason, I was assuming I had it. That makes sense, right? This room is just a dick. You have a lot of spiders going on, though. That's a plus. I wish I could see what that room was, but obviously I don't have any method of getting over there. Find a bomb right there. Strength card I would rather have than whatever it was that I just left behind. I do still wish I could get a hold of that room, but no. Back on the nice long walk up to the boss room. No chance of boss rush on this run, mind you. We're already at over 19 minutes, and we haven't even left the Depths 1. Or Necropolis 1, I should say. Hive Mind is going to come in handy, though. Our spiders are going to do a good deal more damage. And that's going to speed things up a little bit for us, make some of the rooms that are going to be tougher to deal with our rather limited damage a little bit easier to deal with. Troll Bomb and a tarot card, which is the World. I'll just pop that now. We see our item room is right over here. That's good to know. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the sound effects for this, when you're listening to it on a headset, are, you know, kind of creepy. I won't lie. I don't think I've ever brought that up before, but this is actually a lot clearer than my old one. And, definitely a lot more noticeable. Chocolate milk, that is a good item. You know, in vanilla, I hated chocolate milk because of having the tap shoot to get any kind of consistent rate of fire. But in Rebirth, they have made the actual method of using it, of charging your shot, a lot more viable than it was. It does a whole lot of damage. Suicide King, worth more or less than the strength card. And if we get an extra life, it could be valuable, but I think for now we have to stick with strength. That's something that could directly benefit us. We're going to drop 2 keys to go on here. third key on that, which was unfortunately terrible. Some luck up's not a bad thing. No thank you, Bob's Brain. This is not the kind of run where I want Bob's Brain. Didn't give me any soul hearts for that. That's rather unfortunate. Right side, we're back to full health. Don't have any bombs for that, but we did get a golden key, of course, yet again, after I used several keys, we get the golden key. Bad gas, no thank you. I'm gonna buy this just for the sake of having it. And yes, I would rather roll with the deck of cards than with the with magic fingers. I think you can make an argument for either, but I would rather have this one. Although I should go get my strength card instead of sticking with the fool. Spiders. What would really be nice to pick up right now? Isaac's Tears, oddly enough, or Tammy's Head, less oddly. Both of those synergize extraordinarily brokenly well with chocolate milk. You could make an argument that I should have gone back, grabbed the Fool card, fought Mom, and then went and grabbed the Eternal Heart when I was leaving the floor. And you wouldn't be wrong, but that is just a lot of extra time used on something that's not that big. I am very large right now. Good, no deal with the devil. We expected that because we took some red heart damage. Take the Polaroid, we get a Hermit card. We've already been to everything of importance on this floor, right? Yeah. Use everything we can get to. So we're going to hope for a deal with the devil on this next floor, because if we don't get one, we're in some level of danger, but chocolate milk was actually an extraordinarily good pickup. It's going to solve our damage woes for the most part. It's going to be a little bit slower in terms of how often we can shoot, but we're going to have burst damage, which I would take any day over more consistent damage. You know, like, there's an argument to be made for soy milk, but, you know, I usually take it, but it's not an item that I like having. Because the burst damage that something like chocolate milk offers, and something like Polyphemus offers, Chub dislikes smoke. Those, you know, they allow you to get rid of enemies quickly. You don't have to do a whole lot to get rid of enemies with them. Whereas, those other items, you know, the soy milk, stuff like that, that do more sustained, quicker damage, but less damage at a time, those ones, you can more easily run into a situation of messing up, so to speak. The Hermit again. Okay. Now we are looking for the boss. Nothing more, nothing less. We don't want to explore more than we have to. I would love to find a tinted rock, although I haven't really been looking for them as well as I should have thus far. Thank you, spiders. Justice, sure. We are going to need exactly as many keys as we now have after that Justice card to make the chest fully viable. Another bomb. And we have found our boss room. I feel like these guys always pop up in the same order on that room. Mama Gertie, that's actually a tough draw. It can be difficult to avoid damage in the Mama Gertie fight when you are not flying. But we killed it quickly. We get Placenta. We get a 2 of Spades, double our keys. Good. And our deal with the devil, our final deal with the devil, is the shovel. The shovel, everyone. The shovel. So we pretty much have to make it to the chest on our merits that we have now. We might get another item or two, but likelihood is this is about all we're going to have until we have completed our run through the cathedral. Do we have enough to beat the cathedral? Probably. Probably. But it's going to be tight. I mean, our strongest point right now is our spider army. So we can keep spawning a lot of spiders, which chocolate milk does help with. I was correct in thinking that it did. We're going to be in decent shape to make it, I think, but it's all going to depend on if we can, you know, keep a good army of them alive. Oh, dumb damage. You know what? I'm sorry, deck of cards. I'm taking Shoot the Whoop. Our damage is decent, so Shoot the Whoop's damage should be decent. Not great, mind you, but, you know, acceptable. There is a tinted rock there. Is it anything that we want to bother using a second bomb to get to? One Spirit Heart, you know what, that's actually good enough. Plus we get 3 bombs out of it. So we actually gain a bomb. I didn't realize that until I was actually doing it, but yeah, that was definitely a worthwhile trade. We gained a bomb to try to get 1 Spirit Heart, so we can't complain about that, right? Let's see now, we can head up here. Dig a dig, dig a dig, trio, trio, trio. This could be a dice room. If it's a dice room, we are re-rolling this run. Unequivocally. It's not a dice room. It's a useless money room. With a happily hanged shopkeeper. There we go. You're going to save this in case we get a curse floor. Wheel of Fortune could be 1 extra item on the chest, but I'm not too concerned about that. I am kind of saving Shoot the Whoop, as if it's too good to use, which it's really not. It's a 2-room charge. Yeah, see, that's not bad. That's not bad. You can make some good stuff happen with that. No tinted rocks that I noticed, so let's move on. Sacrifice room. Yay! Holy crap! Shoot the Whoop did a lot of damage. This may be the first run I've yet to have in Rebirth where I got Shoot the Whoop, had nothing better than it, and actually had it do a lot of damage. You know what? Goodbye, Curse of Darkness. I don't feel like dealing with you today. I mean, it's not great damage, but that is actually pretty solid. That is something that is actually useful. Congratulations, Shoot the Whoop. You have made me happy to have you for the first time. And for the first time, I have been sad that I used you in one room instead of the room that came after it. But this is certainly the harder of the 2 rooms that we just ran into. But we got that burst damage that I was talking about. And our spiders are doing good things, you know, catching up to these guys. Let's go this way. We got the keys for it. I'm sorry, Shoot the Whoop. But I think I would rather have Guppy's head than you. We've got a hive mind, we can build a fly army to go with our spider army. This seems like a somewhat viable strategy right now. Another Spirit Heart. Dare I say that we are actually at a point of doing decently well. Why am I not blowing up skulls when I have 21 bombs? I might as well, if I get money equals power, that could turn out to be useful. Magician, not that great of a card, but you know, it's better than nothing, objectively. If ever we get technology on the chest, then we could have some sweet homing lasers for a room. Stars is just random teleportation, not very useful. Oh man, the Steam sale. We did it, guys. We got this run made. I'm not flying. That time I didn't think I had the callus. That time I just thought that by this point in the game I was probably flying and rolled with it. This is going pretty well. This Isaac fight is not bad at all. Our chocolate milk damage is decent. Our speed is enough to outrun the beams of light. I just walked into Isaac like an idiot. And we're to the chest. We might as well go refill our red heart out here. That's exactly where we want to be. 1/2 heart shy of full. Although placenta will assuredly very shortly ruin that. So with the chest here, Curse of the Lost. I wish I had kept that to God's room. Mom's Contact, sure. Gemini, sure. Book of Secrets. You're literally useless with the fact that we don't have a map. D10, you're just useless at all times. Oops. Just don't blow it on the chest. We do have a decent loadout right now. I was hoping for a little bit more here on the chest, but if that's all we're gonna get, I think we can win. If I stop, you know, taking stupid damage like that, that is. Fool card, you really like giving me that, don't you, game? I've been slowed down by death, and that caused me to get hit by pestilence. Death, you know what? Get out of here. I don't like you, Death. I don't like you. Let's take out War before he becomes too much more of a problem. We will tap shoot a bunch. Guppy set. Mr. Boom, no thank you. Head to the left. Now I would kind of like to kill Gluttony last, but my spiders decided that that was not an acceptable option. They decided that Gluttony needed to go ASAP, and who am I to argue? If I die to Blastocyst, I will be the most ashamed Isaac player. Got him into easy mode. Whoa, that slowdown. Dying to War, also unacceptable, so I'm glad that didn't even come close to happening. Dying to Pestilence is pretty much impossible. I wish we had a map because I don't know where I've already been. To the left! To the left, to the left, hey! Apparently there's a spider on the ground. If we had a whole bunch of extra health, we could sharp plug Guppy's head to just make a huge fly army when we go into a Blue Baby fight. But obviously, health is not our strong suit right now. We're also getting no chest drops, no item drops. So, not really liking this chest run here. Little Chad is doing work for us, though. As much as Little Chad gets shit-talked for being a terrible item, and it really kind of is in most situations, right now it is pulling through in the clutch for us. Oh, dead end. Where do we even need to go? I hit spacebar before the item got its charge from completing the room. That's what hurt me that last time. Okay then. I should probably be careful about that. Ay, we're getting nothing! We have gotten nothing on this chest except for Gemini. Okay, well, can we beat Isaac in Blue Baby in one hit or less? Maybe is the answer there. Of course, his flies are going to get in the way. I think I know what that lag spike was. It was my computer unplugging itself and converting out of its normal full power mode. We got it. We made it happen. Thank you guys for coming by. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. As mentioned, we will be jumping into some mods here, probably in just the next couple within the next couple of videos. Hopefully those will be fun to show off for a while. I very much look forward to when this game gets, modding figured out where a lot of crazy stuff can happen. Not because the base game bores me, but because it will be crazy to see what all the community can throw into the game. I love this game so much. I have put over 200 hours into it by a good margin already. Probably closer to 300. To see some extra content that the community can throw together would be really cool, I think. So I'm hoping that Bonnie gets to that point, but until then, we can see what they've already done. Regardless, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you on the next one. Take care, everyone, and have a good one. Later.